Hey everyone, it's Glenn, and here to talk again about Immortals Fenyx Rising, coming December 3rd, 2020, to all your favorite platforms, including PC, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series, PS5, Stadia. I think it's coming to Game Boy at some point. I'm kidding. So, another chance to take a look at this game. I got a bunch of hours with it. This is a much more complete build than I played last time. And also, we had a great connection. So this again was done via remote connection, basically kind of like remote play if you ever played that way on PS3 or PS4. And yeah, this game is quickly becoming one of my favorites for what Ubisoft is going to be offering in the next couple of months. Among Watch Dogs Legion, which I really enjoyed, and also Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I really enjoyed as well. At least in the previews I did. So this time around, Immortals Fenyx Rising, I mean, we saw a preview of it before. This time there was a lot more to do, but also, unlike the last preview where they started me kind of in the middle of where the game progression was, they started me right from the beginning of the game. So you can see kind of how things lay out in terms of the story, but also, you're a little bit more underpowered than I was the last time, and just seeing how you get a hold of some of the items that you're using, and also how you can work through the skill tree a little bit better and apply those skills where needed. So this is telling the story a little bit. I wanted to just focus on this a little bit more this time, even though I'm talking over it, unfortunately. But also showing Prometheus and Zeus, because this is basically being told through the narrative, the whole story is. And the writing is actually pretty funny. And also, as you can see here, there's a pretty simple character creation tool. Last time I played as the female, so this time I decided to go as the male, just to kind of give some variety. And you can see how powerful this really is. You can go for different skin types, different hair types, the eyes, and the color. If you have any facial hair, and also you'll see my awesome tattoo here in a minute, because I wanted to be like Mike Tyson, and even though the voice isn't available. So I don't know if any of this stuff is going to be in the final game. Obviously this is work in progress. Anything you see here can change, but as I found out, this is a pretty complete build. Obviously they're still working on some things. Luckily for me, because they always warn you before these sessions, watch out for bugs, watch out for glitches, etc. And I don't think I really had any at all. This session went really, really well. I think I played for roughly 4, 5, 6 hours, something like that. And it went by very smoothly. Although at one point my dog had to go OUT. You can probably hear her chewing in the background. So had to take a little break, but set some very, very solid footage that I've got to play with here. This first video is exactly that. It's a first video. I do plan to maybe put out a little bit more, maybe 1 or 2 more videos on this game. And as you can see, I got pretty ridiculous with the look, with the purple hair, with the facial hair a different color, and with that crazy face tattoo. And this is one of those points where you've kind of got somebody over your shoulder, and you're not trying to dawdle around, and also you know that you only have a limited amount of time with the game, and also you know that it's being recorded. So obviously you've got to edit things down, and blah blah blah. There's a lot more of this game that I'm not showing, but I kind of focused on this one to show kind of the different things that were available in terms of the grand scheme of things. Be it combat, be it exploration, be it puzzle solving. And I think I covered a lot of that pretty well here. Luckily, some of the puzzles that we see here I had actually done before in the previous preview that I did, so it felt pretty good, kind of knowing what to do already and not having to worry about what do I do to solve these puzzles. And as you can see, I'm getting my sword right away. You wash up on shore, and your crew is missing, and all of a sudden you kind of fall into this larger experience here, this larger narrative going on, and you're just the hapless hero, but you obviously have the backing of the gods, as you can hear. So combat's pretty good. You've got a weak attack, a hard attack, and also you can dodge with what's the square button on the PlayStation controller, which I was using a DualShock for. So that screwed me up a little bit, especially last time I played this game, because I had just gotten done with Ghost of Tsushima, and I kept trying to use circle to dodge, and it's actually square this time. So even though it's got the prompts, because I'm playing the PC version right now, it's got the prompts for the Xbox controller I am using a DualShock 4. I'm really digging this game, though. As I mentioned last time, there's a lot of vibes here with Zelda Breath of the Wild, be it your stamina meter that you're seeing there on the left, that blue meter, with the exploration, the open world concept. But the only thing that's not here from Breath of the Wild that I can tell, and it's probably the best thing, is that your weapons don't break. I hated that in Breath of the Wild. I love that game to death, but I hated that part of it. And I've actually kind of stopped playing that game. I never finished it. So you do have a parry move. You basically use R1 and L1 to do the parry move. You can dodge, and once you get into it, and obviously I was over a remote connection, so timing was still a little bit off than it would be if I was local. But you'll see some pretty decent combat here, and I was actually kind of adept that day, so I didn't look like a total fool like I usually do. But you can see the compass on the top. I've got an objective already, and that's that big circle, that big yellow circle right there. That's my objective. You can also set any waypoint you want if you want to do kind of a sub-quest or you just want to explore something. And showing you here the stamina system, and that I'm going to run out because I don't have any way to replenish my stamina right now. You'll get that later on. And then in a further video after this one, at one point in this session, they actually let us go to this spot where you can like buy items and everything. And they put a code in, because this is obviously a developer build. They put a code in and basically gave us like essentially unlimited resources. And I was able to go in and actually upgrade all of my stats, all of my skills, all of my magic points, etc. I got to max all that stuff out so you could see how the game would play being really, really strong. And one thing I noticed is it's kind of that Destiny 2 feature where when you start getting more powerful, then your enemies start getting more powerful. So there's always that balance there. You never feel like you're overpowered to a certain extent. I think you'll see in that video that I can kind of kick some pretty good butt with some of the standard enemies that are strewn across the land. But you'll see me here doing the climbing, collecting those blue flowers, those blue mushroom things, whatever they are. That's what actually you eat to gain a little bit more stamina back. So it's very easy to do. You'll see on the left side in the bottom, the 4 icons there, that's with the D-pad. So to replenish my stamina, for instance, I would just hit right on the D-pad and hold it. And then you can also get some sub-items in that where you just tap right on the D-pad once you get the potion, and that will replenish your stamina full. And then you'll see here I'm collecting ambrosia. You can collect enough of that, and you can upgrade one of your skills as well. So actually, I think the ambrosia increases your total health, if I remember correctly. It's been a few days since I played this. But I really dig this game. It was very approachable, you know, in the past, and I'm talking back in the PS3 days. A game like an Assassin's Creed, especially, was a little daunting to me. It was just something that I didn't know if I really wanted to spend that much time on it and, you know, deal with that much climbing, quote-unquote. But this one really flows well, and you've got the glide mechanic kind of like Breath of the Wild as well once you get the wings, which right now I don't have the wings. And I cut out a part where I tried to dive off at one point because I was so used to having the wings from the first preview, and I dove into the water. Luckily, there was water there. So you'll see the use of the wings later on when I do the double jump and also with the glide. The glide is still reliant on your stamina a little bit, but it's pretty approachable, and as you can see here, just going after one of the wildlife out across the land here. And it's great because then you can kind of practice your combat, practice how to dodge things, and also it's just it's a cool thing to be able to get some points off these guys and maybe even something to pick up later on. But this game's coming out pretty soon. You know, we got the new consoles coming in like less than a month, I believe. And here's also some of the puzzling. You'll actually recognize this if you watch my first video, because this is one of the puzzles I actually did before, which was great because I knew pretty much what to do right away. But this comes out in less than a month as well. December, I think I said 10th or 12th or something like that. Also, don't forget if you have the PS4 version, for instance, you'll get the upgrade to PS5 automatically, which is pretty nice. It's not just a, an upconvert. It's not a remaster. You're actually getting the PS5 version downloadable because you have the PS4 one in your store or you have the disc. So it's pretty awesome. We're seeing that from a lot of publishers, and quite frankly, it makes me very, very happy. So enjoy the video. You got a bunch more time to go. Almost 30 minutes. We're right up to the point, or right up to the precipice of 30 minutes on this one. And I do plan to release at least one more video, if not two. I have a ton of footage to get through and show you guys some more stuff. But this one was meant kind of to be an overview of the different things that are available in the game so far and how the traversal works. Later on, you'll see that you'll actually be able to. You don't have a horse in this one, but instead you can actually go up to a deer, for instance, and ride a deer all around like a horse in some of the other games that you've played like this. So it's pretty cool. Thanks so much to Ubisoft for including us with this preview once again. They've been really, really cool to deal with, especially with these new consoles coming up. And hopefully we can do more of this stuff in the future. But and right there you'll see that's a double jump you're not obviously able to do until you get those wings. So there are some things in the map that you might think are accessible, but they're not because you don't have the skills to get there. And also there is kind of a fog over a lot of the map, and you'll be able to open some of that stuff up if you get to a high point and look around, kind of like the AC games. But you can also kind of, when you get up to those high spots, you can spot certain things and mark them on the map so that you don't lose them after you come back down to Earth. But honestly, I really enjoyed this. From Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I liked, and with Watch Dogs Legion, which I enjoyed quite a bit, actually. I think this one is probably at the top of my list right now, but they're all three, honestly, are really good. So far, at least in the preview portion of what I got to play. But go ahead and check out some of the stealth right here with me hitting a Gorgon, and enjoy the combat, enjoy the rest of the gameplay, and hope you enjoy it. And keep your eyes here on this channel for some more videos for not only Immortals Fenyx Rising, but some other stuff coming up in the future as well. Thanks a bunch.
That is how it's supposed to be pronounced.
Seems like a lot of work, but it's your funeral.
Except I can't die.
Don't remind.
If he fell into that vault, I'll save you! I promise!
So let me get this straight. Instead of heating up the Temple of Apollo to speak with the Oracle, Phoenix is hightailing it after this stranger?
Phoenix, truly a good person, sought to help the mysterious stranger. But he never lost sight of the fact that he was getting ever closer to the Temple of Apollo and the solution to the terrible curse inflicted upon his brother and fellow soldiers.
Oh yes. Remind me to erase my own faults with narration. Zeus, Truly a good person. Murdered his first wife by getting her to turn into a fly and then ate her.
Wait, that's what happened to Metis? I thought she was visiting her sister in Babylon.
Oops.
The Mark of Ithaca. Odysseus.
Wielding power requires more than deft footwork, little one. Let's see if you have control.
Who are you? Show yourself! Two of the targets seemed easy enough to hit, but the third would require the focus of a master archer.
Forget it. Kids today play seashells. They skip rocks, stare at the wall. You know, they're hyperactive.
This from the god who thinks a week constitutes a long-term relationship.
Keep that steady hand, little one, and you might just survive.
Phoenix saw the minions of Typhon had cornered the stranger, leaving no escape. This would be his greatest battle yet.
Oh, I hope the stranger dies.